if I keep going down this path, then it's not gonna get me any closer to where I want to be. If anything, it's straying me away from where I want to be. Hey, what's up? I'm Marissa Rojas, a filmmaker from San Diego, California, and welcome to my new series called Monday Musings. And I thought about doing this series because I wanted to find a way, for one, to keep consistent on here. So this is kind of like a lower, I guess, barrier of entry when it comes to like producing a video every week. I'm gonna sit here and talk to the camera. And well, the concept of the series is I'm essentially just gonna read straight from my journal, share with you a passage. It may be short, it may be long. I'll also share with you my highlights and my wins from the week, as well as mistakes, as well as the lessons I've learned in making those mistakes, because my goal for this channel is to be a place where I help other filmmakers, help other creatives on their journey wherever they may be, whether they're going to school or they're on their way to making a career out of video making or any other creative pursuit. I also think it's important to not only show like the good and the, I guess, my accomplishments. I also want to share the hardships, the times that just really suck, because at the end of the day, no matter what journey you're on, there is struggle, there is conflict, there is failure, and it's gonna happen, and I just want to be as transparent as I can with that. At the end of the day, if you take any successful person, you'll realize that it wasn't just an overnight thing. There's a lot of struggle, there's a lot of strife. So yeah, let's get into it. So welcome to Monday Musings, and I'll get into the first video. So I guess I'll start with a little backstory though. Again, I'm Marissa Rojas, I'm a filmmaker. I'm currently based in San Diego, California. I graduated from film school in 2018, and I currently work as a corporate video producer for a technology company here. And I'll be honest, right now, I'm not exactly where I want to be. I did not go to film school to hold a corporate job. I do still live at home because I still have debt, and San Diego is not the most cost effective, and it's very expensive to live here. So I'm currently paying off student loans and stuff like that. But yeah, before I read this journal entry, I wanted you to know that like right now I'm kind of in transition, I guess you would say. I'm trying to get to a point where I don't feel like I'm trapped. And again, I'm not divulging the full story just yet. There's obvious things that I probably won't share, at least not until like they're more solidified. But yeah, right now I'm not like happy, at least where I'm at in terms of my career. I'm happy, and like in general, I have a supportive family, I have a very supportive girlfriend, and so on and so forth. But career-wise, I don't think I'm where I need to be. So I guess I'll just get into this. This is my journal. It's nothing special. It's just I forgot what we call it, just like a composition book, but it's like group paper. Anyways, that doesn't matter. Let's just get into the bulk of things. I wrote this entry on January 28th, and here we go. This is what I wrote. I need to remember in those times my chest tightens up that this life is mine and no one can take it away from me. And when it comes time, I must not feel bad or guilty for doing what's right for me, doing what makes me happy. So yeah, I guess that kind of goes along with what I was talking about, how I'm not really in a place where, or at least career-wise, I'm not in a place where I'm super happy or fulfilled. But let's move on to what I want to talk about next. So I guess along with that though, this week I realized that I don't need to stay where I'm at right now. I have choices, I have options, and yes, it's kind of scary because where I'm at right now is very safe and very stable. But again, the fact that I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling, unhappy, unfulfilled, like I kind of feel like it's time to make changes and transition into something that may not be as stable, but at the end of the day is gonna feel more productive in terms of my own happiness and my own career. So I also want to show you, this is my bullet journal. I just did a Google search about my certain situation, and this one quote stood out to me. It said, "If you're grateful and still not satisfied, you're unfulfilled, you're not ungrateful." Because I think one of the biggest conflicts I've been having right now is the fact that I think when I explain my situation to people, they're like, "Oh, you're so ungrateful. Anyone would kill to be in your position. You're so lucky to have a job." And I get that. And me feeling this way, I kind of reconciled the fact that like me feeling this way doesn't mean I'm ungrateful, because I am very, very grateful for where I'm at. It's just the fact that I feel like it's not conducive to my goals. I feel like if I keep going down this path, then it's not gonna get me any closer to where I want to be. If anything, it's straying me away from where I want to be. So again, I know I'm kind of being vague about it, but when the time gets closer, I'll be more specific about it. But let's try to be a little bit more positive now. In terms of wins and highlights from this week, I actually participated in Weekend Film Fest. This is an online film festival put on by Colin and Samir, and this past week they teamed up with Matt Diavella. I entered, and I made a film for it that I'm actually super proud of. I did not win, but the good news is that Matt Diavella actually featured me in his video when he announced the winner, and I appeared twice, which is a huge deal because, for one, Matt Diavella is one of my favorite YouTubers and filmmakers, and two, he has like an audience of 900,000, so that's pretty cool. And it's kind of crazy to think that potentially 900,000 people have seen my face alongside Matt Diavella. So that was really awesome. In terms of lessons I've learned this week, I guess going along with Weekend Film Fest, I realized I was like kind of even though I was like happy that my video got featured in Matt's video, I kind of like was being self-critical, because I'm like, why didn't I win? Because it is something I was like really proud of, and I know everyone's view of films and art in general is very subjective, but I'm like, maybe let me think about why maybe I didn't win. I think it's because I wasn't original enough. I'll be completely honest, I really kind of just copied Matt's style, which is like not a bad thing if you're trying to learn and develop your own voice. I'm very much in that area in my creative and career life where I still haven't found my own voice, and I don't feel like I'm as original as I'd like to be yet. So I guess the lesson there is like I just need to really work on finding my own voice and really developing that original voice that is uniquely mine. And that goes along with I'm actually starting to watch master classes. So I don't know if you know the app. I guess it's a masterclass app where they offer like a bunch of master classes from people from like so many different industries. So there's like cooking, there's writing, there's photography, there's filmmaking. I'm currently watching the Martin Scorsese one. I'm not too far into it, I just started it. So basically he said like, and this is something you're gonna hear in film school or from anyone in the film industry, is that you have to watch a lot of films and like old classic cinema, or otherwise like you can't learn the language that is film, and film is a language. So I guess that's also, it's not that I didn't know that, but it's also just kind of reiteration that filmmaking as a craft is not just cameras and lights and actors and costumes. Like it's so much more than that. It's a language, and if you don't know that language, then it's much harder for you to make films. So yeah. I'll try to tighten these up a little bit more as time goes along, but again, it's just a way for me to get videos out every week, talk candidly with you, and practice my on-camera skills because I'm still not awesome at it. And yeah, and just make sure that I'm showing up every week here on this channel. And hopefully something I say resonates with you, or you relate to something. That's honestly more than I could ever ask for. But until next week, I hope you have a great week. I hope you learn something new. I hope you continue to grow and create. I promise there will be other types of videos on the channel. Again, I'm trying to get into more polished stuff as well, but that takes a little longer than a week, at least where I'm at right now. But anyways, thank you if you watched this whole video, and I'll see you very soon. Next Monday for sure. Take care. Shoo.